This is a message of the self-realized Master Yogi Gupta for the new year 2014 for all of humanity, received by his disciple Lakshman Das on January 1st, 2014. Restraint is the byword, the catchphrase for 2014. Without it, worlds and planets will fall. Nations, governments shall be devastated. Persons, individuals, shall have no peace anymore without restraint. That is the life-saving and planet-saving and my mission-saving motto for 2014, restraint, which leads, then, to harmony and peace, and eventually to mutual love, respect, and deepest affection. But restraint does not and never should mean constraint. Never. Restrain yourselves, O people and nations, O governments, so that you do not constrain the lives, ambitions of others. It should become a habit, self-restraint, reigning in the reins of government, both national, local, and personal, and international too, and corporate, religious, and political. In all these and all other ways, and by all possible salutary means, restraint should be cultivated and practiced. If man sincerely practices and cultivates restraint in 2014, then there shall be no more 9/11s, then there shall be no more mass killings and murders, no political assassinations, either of physical body or of character. Do not doubt these words of mine, O human world, O earth planet. This message is specifically for you, couched in the reality of humanity's and Earth's current situation, its predicament, how to go forward and not start a nuclear war, how to go forward and not bury each other economically, finally, how to go forward to accomplish security of the nation and its ideals, and not imprison and constrain the individual rights and freedom of the citizens. That is the big question of 2014. With every additional ounce of restraint applied by humanity this year, the noxious and deadly effusions, spoutings of the earth shall be by 1,000 tons less. That is the proportion of virtuous effort to natural effect. With every ounce of constraint, the amount of effusions, blastings of lava and such from deep within the earth shall have increased by 1,000 tons more. So see and understand, please, the great power of virtue, of its effect to control the natural environment. Do not think that Mother Earth is insensate, that she does not feel, does not react, has no heart and no brains, no mind of her own. Of course she does. She is the great and wonderful Earth Mother who sits on the throne, the golden and bejeweled throne, studded with diamonds, rubies, emeralds, and sapphires, and other precious gems, and made of gold, who makes her decisions to act one way or another strictly in deference and with respect to the universal code of justice and mercy, of fairness and benevolence. She is the captain of the earth ship. She is the owner, the possessor of her physical body, which is the planet Earth. You can speak to her, communicate with her consciously, and with practice it shall work. She shall reply. She will be heard by you in the inner, the subtle ear, the subtle instrument of hearing, the sense of perception that survives the fall of man, of his physical body, because it is part of his subtle spiritual body, which is eternal. No restraint, but instead continued abandon, wantonness of action and judgment, and things shall only get worse this year. Expect then explosions, rifts, separations, tearings away, and fear-mongering and injustice, corruption and decay of all sorts in all lands of the earth this year of 2014. Not a pretty year at all then, where restraint shall not grow, but the letting go of self-control shall rise, shall increase. No money then for anybody, for anything, as it all disappears down the sinkholes of patching up national and international terrorism, natural cataclysms and emergencies of a political and economic character, of an educational character too, of a religious and moral character as well. Watch Mount Etna, maybe even Vesuvio. Watch the Vatican too, trying to set straight the listing ship of state of the nation of the Christians, the Roman Catholics. Watch governments teeter dangerously and fall, the ones least expected to do so. Watch banks fail across the board, unable to sustain the desperate withdrawal of worthless money as people face starvation and penury, as good men get turned out of good jobs and families go begging who had plenty just the day before. Not a pretty sight, not a benevolent picture at all. And yet, the cleansing and the purging must go on, must intensify to cleanse the population and the earth, the natural environment for the coming of the Messiah. Whoever wants to be a guest in a dirty and corrupted house? No one. So don't expect the Redeemer to want to either. He can only redeem from sin, the redeemable. The others must move out. Prepare the way of the Lord means just and exactly that. It is as clear and precise and factual as it can possibly be. Prepare means prepare, make ready, clean up of clutter, of dirt, make it passable, make it pleasant and receptive to the footprints of his holy feet. So do so, please, humanity. You are the judge and the jury. You are the ones responsible for this business of human progress, of spiritual achievement and upliftment of the soul, your very own and everybody else's, toward God. So do so then, without restraint. Restrain, discipline your individual selves if your governments fail to do so. Pull in the reins of the wild horses of the senses, of pride and ambition, of hate, jealousy and envy, of greed and lust and lying, thinking and acting the untruth, the untrue, the false and fraudulent. Restrain yourselves in 2014, or it shall be too late to redeem yourselves. Amen. With best wishes for 2014 from me, through my able messenger Lachman Das, I say so and declare this year of 2014 as the year of potential peace, love and joy, prosperity and universal health, the real Obamacare, born of self-restraint and prudent vision, rather than of pills and drugs and surgeries. Most sincerely yours all, Yogi Gupta Ji, now in his spiritual body alone, nonetheless always conscious of the welfare of man, of its benefits and willing and able to be of service. Hara Hari Om Ki Jai. This is my New Year's message for all of humanity. That is the end of the message. You may obtain a free transcript of this message by going to suryapress.com. That is suryapress.com. Also hear the message of the Master on survival this winter, which you may obtain by going to YouTube. Type in 21st Century Prophecy, Times of Trouble and Harsh Winter, with best wishes for you and yours for 2014.